Looking back, we're looking ahead.
It is shortest ever trip from one club to another, across Stanley Park, from Liverpool to Everton. And there it was acclaimed by these thousands of fans who'd waited 15 years for the League Championship to return to Everton. And tonight we chart the amazing revival of Goodison Park, which we call the Miracle of Merseyside. And we have their first League Championship for 15 years. Now they go for the famous double that's always eluded their Merseyside rivals Liverpool, the League and FA Cup. And next week in Rotterdam, they play for the European Cup Winners' Cup. So even a treble is on the cards. Yet, only 18 months ago, Everton were a club submerged in gloom. They were languishing near the foot of Division 1, and their unhappy fans were baying for the blood of manager Howard Kendall. Well, what a transformation there's been since those days when Liverpool dominated Merseyside. David Icke takes up this remarkable story.
It's been absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I'm an admirer. I think everyone in the league, Football League, is an admirer. But the object of the exercise was to really catch them and then eventually overtake them.
Struggling club, we weren't successful, and we were sort of in the shadows to Liverpool, and that's always difficult, especially on Merseyside. The crowd's so fervent, so it was uphill battle all the way.
Only the expanse of Stanley Park separates the football grounds, but this past decade and more, a positive chasm has separated the football clubs. They were hard times on the blue side of the city. 1970 seemed a long time ago.
Husband with the corner. Morrissey, and on the line, it's a goal! Goal by Kendall.
That championship team set a standard that was hard to follow, and Everton never did until now. And appropriately, it was two of that great side, Colin Harvey and Howard Kendall, who've coached and managed the new Everton to new heights. This after a rocky start.
I had brought Howard Kendall to this club on the basis that I thought he was a young man with tremendous potential. He was a very well-known ex-Evertonian. He was a true blue right the way through and was very well thought of by the people generally. And I had great confidence, actually, in his potential and ability. And when Howard came here, we said, both of us at the time, that certainly it would need 3-4 years before he could remould the team, reshape it, and hopefully bring some trophies.
We started last season very poorly. We couldn't score goals, we weren't winning games, confidence was very low. We had a young side who weren't really going out there and looking forward to playing, especially at Goodison Park. And the pressure was beginning to tell on them. I think the crowd were becoming frustrated, and they voiced their opinions of what they were seeing. And naturally, it was voiced at me, which was understandable.
Incredibly, these scenes were but 18 months ago. A goalless draw against Coventry, seen within the club as perhaps the lowest point of recent times. At Everton, you're not only expected to win, but win with style. When you're doing neither, they let you know.
An angry reaction from the 13,500 faithful Everton fans. And sad to see a team like Everton struggling in this manner and receiving this kind of treatment from their own supporters.
By the January, they were fifth from bottom, and this with Liverpool yet again on their way to the Championship. Many fans wanted Kendall out. The papers thought he'd go, but he didn't. The board withstood the pressure.
Was there ever a moment in the board's mind at any point that maybe a change of manager would have to happen?
No, I can honestly say that was not the case. I mean, I have been asked this question before, and one can say it's simple for me to sit here today with the improved success that we're getting and say it didn't cross our minds, but truthfully, at no stage did we consider the manager's position other than to support him. And as you well know, at that time, I went out publicly and supported both the manager and the coaching staff because I felt that that was the right thing to do.
He did an article in a newspaper saying that how he was backing me and giving me a vote of confidence. And I think there was a little quip at the bottom of the article, or certainly the next day from the editor, to say that we all know what a vote of confidence does to football managers. And he was very annoyed at that because he meant what he'd said and what had been written. But you know, hopefully he doesn't have to do it again.
Talk to anyone about the rise of Everton, and this Milk Cup tie at Oxford will eventually come up. What would have happened had they lost, we'll never know, but they very nearly did.
Oh, and 1-0 to Oxford, and Bobby MacDonald is there again. One mistake has put Adrian Heath in, and he scored. Everton are back in it. A terrible mistake, just when his team was so far on top.
We had a good result at Oxford when we looked like we were going out in the Milk Cup. We managed to get a 1-1 draw, and then from there we won the replay 4-1, and then we went to Stoke twice, and we won a cup game and a league game there, and from then it just snowballed.
Peter Reid in midfield, the Players' Player of the Year, has been a major influence since he signed from Bolton for just £60,000. After years of injury and setback, his day has come. And yet, as a youngster on Merseyside, his colour was red, not blue.
I'm a convert, yeah. I can't. I must have been off my head. But that's my dad's fault. He brought me up at Liverpool. And my mum had the right idea. She was Evertonian, so I should have followed her. But I've got it right now.
What's it like at home now? I mean, is your dad still a Liverpool supporter?
Oh, they're all Blues now. He's a turncoat, him. I can't understand it.
Oh yeah, we used to go through Anfield regular. I used to take him in the Anfield Road end at the time, and I used to have a little stool made for him, and he stood on that watching the game, you know. Fantastic. He was a fanatic Liverpoolian at one time, the same as myself.
Yes. I remember young Peter saying, "How could me mum be an Evertonian, Dad?" I remember when Everton won the league, and I was dancing all around the living room.
Liverpool won the league, wasn't it?
No, Everton.
Or whatever. Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't dance if Liverpool won the league.
Oh, yeah.
And Pete said, "Oh, Mum, I hate you. I think I'll go upstairs and throw myself out the window."
Andy Gray was another player of considerable ability whose career thus far had been blighted by injury. But what a change for him at Goodison.
And Andy Gray has scored.
That goal against Notts County helped them on the way to last season's FA Cup final. Andy Gray was back, and so were Everton.
Richardson. And here he is again. And the cross headed half away. And Stephen Sharp. And a goal for Everton by Graham Sharp. Stephen again. Graham Sharp waiting in the centre. And Gray is closing in here. Oh, and Sherwood didn't collect. And the goal is given.
I think that was a tremendous confidence booster, because to actually win something and to come back on an open-top coach and see all those Evertonians out there in their thousands, I mean, that was absolutely incredible. And to taste the success of Wembley and the FA Cup, I think did the players the world of good, because they said, well, let's have a bit more of that.
Stamford Bridge was where the present epic season really began for Everton. They lost their first 2 matches, but then...
Reid. In by Bracewell, and Richardson's coming up on the left. And coming inside, and that's a good goal.
I think everybody in the club always thought we had a side, even when things weren't going well. It's just a case of we had a lot of young lads and we were a bit inexperienced when things weren't going well. We didn't tend to hide, but we didn't play and express ourselves the way we can. Fortunately, the manager brought Peter Reid and Andy Gray, who are two of the most sort of influential and outgoing players you'll ever meet in your life.
Sadly, Adrian Heath's season was destroyed by a knee injury in December. And today, while the team he left sweep all before them, he can only think of next season. He hides the disappointment well, but it's there, it has to be.
I think the biggest thing is that the manager has kept me involved. He's invited me to every away game. He's travelled overnight and I've stayed with the lads. And as I said before, we've got a good set of lads and they make sure you get involved. And I'm not really a depressive, and I'm pretty chirpy most mornings anyway. So I've been okay. And John Clincord's been absolutely tremendous. I'll have to mention him, the physio. Every morning he is absolutely full of beans, and they come in, and some mornings you don't fancy going through the same thing you've been doing for 4 months earlier. And he's been a tremendous help to me.
But even with Adrian gone, Everton kept the formula that's made them England's premier side.
Sheedy, well played by him. Still Sheedy, chip right across, and Graham Sharp coming in, and Everton take the lead.
It was a case of players out there wanting the ball, not saying, well, you know, I'm leaving it to you. They all want it now. They're all playing as a team. And, you know, they've scored more goals in the First Division than anyone else, which means they're creating things, they're entertaining. And I think that we've achieved success with flair. And I think the Everton public appreciate that.
Looking for Sharp, and he got behind Lawrence, and there did Sharp. What a fantastic goal! And Sharp's in there as well, and this is Sharp, and he's turned nicely and finished. Still in play. It's there at last. Stephen, knocked on for Andy Gray. Oh, a magnificent strike by Andy Gray. Flicked on, Mountfield was in there, and there's the equaliser. Bracewell, on again for Reid. Well played. Reid's cross, Gray! What a fantastic goal! Gray's there again! Oh, I say! Stephen away from Pickering. Yes! Another superb goal.
There's tremendous character in the side. I mean, when things aren't going right, I mean, you get players who go out there and make things happen. And I think that's what you need.
And this refusal to submit has served them well, especially in the FA Cup. They looked dead in the 6th round against Ipswich, a goal down with minutes left.
Yes! Mountfield has done it! The hold on the cup has been re-established.
And slowly the dream of a treble has emerged as they progressed in the Cup Winners' Cup too. Peter Reid's goal helped them through against Fortuna Sittard in the quarter-final. They've since reached the final against Rapid Vienna in Rotterdam next week. But the fans so nearly saw the treble disappear against unfancied Luton in the semi-final of the FA Cup at Villa Park.
Harford's there. And here's Hill. Ricky Hill! Beautifully taken.
And the holders would have been out, but for some now almost routine brilliance from goalkeeper Neville Southall and that remarkable Goodison spirit.
He drove one. It's there! Sheedy curls it. Mountfield's there. And it's a goal!
That Mountfield goal in extra time sent Everton through to Wembley for the 2nd successive year. They meet Manchester United on May the 18th, and local DJ Billy Butler will definitely be there.
For an exclusive copy of this June Lawney hat I'm wearing, you could wear one of these fabulous hats at Wembley. You've seen me wearing them before. All you have to do is write me a poem starting with the line, "I used to be a red, but now I'm a blue."
And the record Billy's playing more than any other these days, of course, the Everton song.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Everton is the best we all know. We're the team, we're supreme, #1.
It is, says Billy, rather better than Manchester United's.
I mean, our record goes at a faster speed than theirs, as our forwards do. Our record's got a smaller hole in it, as our defence has a smaller hole in than theirs, of course. Theirs is in Ron Atkinson's favourite colour, gold. And, of course, theirs took a long time to make, because Gary Bailey kept dropping the master, of course.
But singing was far from their minds when they arrived at Sheffield Wednesday last Saturday, needing 5 points to clinch the championship. And after an early Everton goal, the day belonged to the Footballer of the Year, Neville Southall.
Sharp. Surprisingly got away, 3 up to help. Lyons, Gray. Well, he rather mishit it, to tell the truth. Marwood. Must be Berardi. Oh, what a brilliant save! Real congestion on the near post. On by Lyons. Brilliant save again! And then one off the crossbar. First from Smith, the second from Marwood. Unbelievable stuff.
And so they came back to Goodison on Monday. A win against Queen's Park Rangers and the championship was officially theirs. The Reid family were waiting to celebrate, from grandma to grandson.
This is the youngest Everton supporter. He's 6 weeks old.
When they win the championship, because it is when rather than if, it's going to be quite a night here, isn't it?
Mind you, I said at the beginning of the season the championship was the main one. You know, we've had the FA Cup, we know that glory. The European Cup was brilliant. Wouldn't mind the 3 of them. But I think the League Championship proves something to everybody.
Yeah, well, we go out there and we die for them. We die for Everton, so that's what it's all about. I mean, it sounds a bit corny there, but we don't want to get beat, and it's simple as that. And the fans, the manager, the coaches, the players, everything about Everton Football Club's geared to success, and we're going to get it.
I think it's hard to sort of put any words exactly how you feel, to think you've gone 37 games now, and that's the culmination of it. And it's very difficult to find words to put to such emotion, really.
When you were playing non-league, not too long ago, really, and playing for Bury, did you ever dream this moment would come?
No, I thought we might get to the end of the Scottish Cup final with Bury, but that's as close as I come.
A lot of people have actually compared the Everton side now with the Liverpool sides of previous years. The way that they are not only got ability, they are prepared to battle as well and get results when they're not playing well.
Well, if you come back in 4 or 5 years' time and you're still saying exactly the same thing, then I'll be delighted. Because they have achieved success over a number of years, not just one season.
Everything, said Peter Reid's mum, comes to those who wait. Well, for her and all Evertonians, the wait is over, and there could well be more to come.
Everton and Liverpool. First and second, respectively, in the league, the two teams provided a thrilling match as a curtain call to a great season for Merseyside.